And welcome to Just a Bit Outside, presented by WaFd Bank. Join the best bank at wafdbank.com. I'm Aaron Levine. It is Masters Week, so what could be bad? In fact, why not devote all of our hot topics today to a tradition unlike any other? Well, you might not find a more passionate group of golf fans, and specifically the Masters, than this. From Q13 FOX and Washington's Most Wanted, our own David Rose. From 950 Sports Radio KJR, Jason Puckett. And also longtime local sports writer and radio host Jim Moore. Thanks so much for joining us, guys. I love the cup you got there, Puck, as well.
Oh, it's the best. This is the best time of year, Aaron. It's if you're a golf fan, this is nothing gets better than this. I look forward to this every year more than anything else.
Not sure if our viewers can see the coloring, but you got your green jacket on yourself right now.
I do have the green jacket on, Aaron. I came prepared. It's a little tight, Jim, so don't laugh at it. But yes, we do probably what everybody else does. If you have friends and you go golfing, we play for a green jacket. Now this has been going on for 25 years. So when I was 23 or 24, it fit fine. Now it's getting a little snugger by each week. But yes, I figured we'd dust it off and start wearing it. I feel like I'm going to rip it here in a second.
Well, it looks fantastic, and we can't see the hole in the back of it if you do end up ripping it. I know one of you or two of you have both been to Augusta and the Masters before. Even one of you has played Augusta 2 times, Jim. So, let's start with this. If you've been there, what do you remember most? And if you haven't been there yet, what is the top thing on your list to do?
Well, I guess I'll get started. Yeah, I ended up, when I worked at the Seattle Post-Intelligencer, I went there probably 4 times, and they had a media lottery where you could go ahead and play if you won the lottery. And so I got to play once. It was only supposed to be once in your lifetime, and then you were done. And then they changed the rule and said every 7 years you could go play. And I guess, Aaron, the thing that I remember the most about it, I mean, not only the thrill of playing Augusta, and I actually used an X-Out ball, if you can believe that, Aaron. I used an X-Out Ultra because I just thought, boy, we're at this hoity-toity Augusta National. I'm going to dial it down and pretend I'm at Wayne Golf Course. For those of you who remember Wayne back in the day there in Bothell. Yeah, I used to play back there, and I just thought, what the heck? And I played with one ball. I shot in the 88. And the thing is that, you see the greens and you see the undulations and you see the downhill holes and all that. When you're actually there, it's more than what you think it is when you're watching on TV. It's more downhill. There's more undulations, and it was quite a thrill though to play.
Yeah, I got there. I got a chance to go in 2016. The funny story is my neighbor she's from Augusta, Georgia, and so she moved in. This is like 5 years ago. And when I found out she was from Augusta, I think this was like the first week I met her. I just said, "Hey, listen, do you have any connections to the Masters?" She goes, "Ironic, yes. My father has had tickets, and he's in his 70s, since he was a sophomore at the University of Georgia." And I said, "Well, listen." And I buttered her up for weeks and months. I just said, "Hey, if he ever wants to get rid of his tickets, you just let me know." They have a baby. I'll fast forward. They come out to visit for the first time to see the baby. He gets out of the car, and literally the first thing I say to him as I see them pulling up, I said, "Hey, Ben, how you doing? By the way, I told your daughter, I'll take the Masters tickets anytime you want." I mean, he hadn't even met his grandchild yet. And so a couple of weeks and about a month or so passes, and I get about 2 weeks before the Masters, I get a call out of the blue from him. And he said, and he's a lawyer, he's a very Southern lawyer. He's like, "Jason, this is Ben. And I would like to cordially invite you to the 2016 Masters if you and a friend would like to accompany me." I'm like, "Yeah, no problem." So I had 2 tickets, but then I had all these friends that I was telling about or talking to about. And so I had to do like this draft lottery. So which one of my friends could come. And so we went. It was the year that Danny Willett won, but it was really kind of remembered the year that Jordan Spieth fell apart on number 12. But like Jim said, it is as pretty as you think it is on TV, with the colors and the whites of the sand and the green and then the brown of the pine straw and all that. It's times 100 more beautiful. It's unbelievable. It's magical. It's kind of like a cathedral, and it's a pretty special place.
I'm so jealous you were there, because that's one of my favorite Masters memories, because I'm a huge Jordan Spieth fan. I can't believe it's been 5 years, but to watch him crumble there, I mean, we've all been there, right? You pick out the 9-iron, you think you're going to hit it right to the green, then you change your mind in your swing and you hit it in the water. So I'm jealous that you were there. That had to be what a tournament to be at. Really cool.
Yeah, it was really special, and it's loud, and it's like, there's the funny thing is there's no, well, the scoreboard's around there, but it really is true. You hear him talk about it, that you can hear from where the roar is of what's going on the course. And it's kind of cool not to have all the technology around, and just kind of enjoy yourself in the moments there, and kind of, be able to walk around the course. It really is awesome. I can't wait to get back.
I'm assuming that Danny Willett winning the Masters isn't your favorite Masters moment of all time. So maybe aside from the Tigers win a couple of years ago, what is each of your favorite Masters moment when you look back at the history of this event?
I would say 2010. I like Bubba Watson. I think Bubba Watson in 2010, in the playoff with Louis Oosthuizen, I think that's the most incredible golf shot I've ever seen. He's in the trees, and he hits a shot that he's got to turn. I think he used a lob wedge or something that he had to hit a hook around the trees, landed on the green. He ends up winning on the 10th playoff hole. It's the most miraculous golf shot, most creative golf shot I've ever seen from just a really creative player. And that's the one that I always remember the most, because I like playing golf like that, and he plays free and like kind of a free spirit every time he goes out there.
Aaron, for me, it was Nicklaus in '86, because I was 19 years old. I was just getting into golf a lot at that time. And just, I didn't get to see the whole tournament, but going back and seeing the specials that they've run over the years on that, it almost makes me cry. I mean, it's just amazing what he was able to do to bring that home. And it almost seemed like there was a higher hand involved or something, but that was really special, I think.
Jim probably remembers when Hogan won for the first time, right, Jim?
Yeah, there you go again. Yeah, I remember reading you when I was growing up, Jim. Yeah, why don't you throw that in there too, Puck? Really appreciate that. Some fellow Coug you are, pal. I'll go with Fred Couples in '92, because we've always been pulling for Freddie ever since he started playing there at O'Day High School, Jefferson Park, and to see the local boy make good there at Augusta in '92. And then if we were all watching it, we remember there's just no way that the ball on number 12 should have stayed on the bank instead of going into Rays Creek, but it stayed there. I watched it again last night. I have no idea how that ball stayed there. They were saying 99 times out of 100 that ball would have gone in the water. And so he steps up, and then he pitches it to about a foot. He gets a par there instead of a double bogey, and goes on to win the tournament. And so Fred Couples, and every year, and I know he's 60 or 61, but I bet he makes the cut again. I mean, this is just a really special place to him. And I think he's still going to be competitive, and we're going to see him on the weekend.
Yeah, he always is there. My favorite moment was probably Ben Crenshaw winning in 1995, the week after he attended his late golf instructor, Harvey Penick, who passed away the week before, and then probably the next year with Mark O'Meara, just because I had actually had a chance to meet Mark O'Meara and sit down with him. I was in the middle of junior golf at the time, and literally 5 months prior, I had a chance to talk to him, and then he goes on and wins the Masters, and it was just a really memorable moment for me. So those couple of years stand out to me. I will say this, and you guys got to experience, the Masters are known for their notoriously cheap food prices. Sort of like Thrifty's ice cream. If you're down in Southern California, it's still like a quarter to get a scoop of ice cream. So give me one everyday product that you think should be at 1980s prices in perpetuity.
You know the little donuts you get outside the stadium when you go down to the games downtown? Those little donuts with the powdered sugar on them, or the cinnamon sugar. I can't get enough of those. I wish those were a quarter or $1 forever.
I'm going to go with jerky. You know why I'm going with jerky? Because I can't stand paying $7.99, when I go to the mini mart or whatever for jerky. And it had to have been a heck of a lot cheaper. And then you look at the price of gas now, too. I was checking it out, Aaron. And in 1980, a gallon of gas was $1.19. I would love to go back to those days. And since you took the shot at me, Puckett, I'm telling you, I wasn't around for Hogan, but I was around in 1974 when I was driving my little Volkswagen Bug all over Redmond, and gas was 25 cents a gallon before you were born, pal.
I would say beer at a game. I would like beer at a game to be 1980 style, 1980 prices. That's what I would like. Yeah. The $9.50 or $10.50 or whatever it is now. I would enjoy, like, when it was like, I don't know, $1.50. Yeah. I think that's what I would like. I think America deserves it too, Aaron.
So you take the $1.50 and the savings that you have now, and you take the difference and you put it on what golfer to win the Masters this week. And you can kind of take odds into the account also. I probably has a bet somewhere on a golfer this week.
Yeah, I wanted Spieth so bad, but now I feel so like, can he win back to back? And I mean, I guess he could, obviously, but I really liked him like 3 weeks ago, and I kind of wanted him to lose last week. Just barely, to be motivated for this week. I'll still take like Spieth. I mean, I know it's chalk, but why not? I mean, I think these guys are all chalk. Morikawa would be like my number 2. Just his putting kind of scares me. And then DeChambeau. I don't know what he's going to do with this secret club he's got in his bag. Whatever it is, I can't wait to see it. And I just can't wait to see what he's going to try and do this week. But I'm going to be pulling for Jordan Spieth. He's a good guy. Golf needle moves when he wins. You know, he's like Tiger. And so I'd like to see him back on top again.
Yeah, I've got, Aaron, I don't know if you can see this here, but I've got my little sheet.
I figured you'd have a PowerPoint or something, so that's close enough.
I'm going to bet on this. You know, one of the advantages to not being employed anymore, you don't have to worry about what you say. And so, you know, I normally would have gotten in trouble for that at 7:10, but I'm not there anymore. So what the heck? Yeah, I'm going to be betting on this golf tournament, and I'm trying to figure out. I've got a bunch of names circled. And since I said this on Puckett's show yesterday, I'll go with it again. I love Louis Oosthuizen. And I know there's plenty of reasons that you can look at the little South African and say, well, hey, Jim, why in the world are you taking him? I just happen to like him. He's 66-1. He's 28th in the world. We remember the 2 that he got at number 2, I think it was. Or no, wait, what did he get there? Yeah, I think he got a 2 on the par 5 there.
Yep.
And then he lost to Bubba in the playoff. It's probably more of a dark horse, Aaron, to go with Louis Oosthuizen. But, boy, I have him circled, and I think he's going to be there on Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good choice, I think. I mean, I probably would, if I had to put money on it, would put it on Spieth just because I'm just a huge fan of his. I watched him on that, coming up 18 at Chambers Bay when he won the U.S. Open. But if I had to pick a long shot, I would probably go with Jon Rahm. I like the way he hits the ball. I like his passion, his fire. I think he can keep those emotions under control and keep his short game good. I think he could definitely be a threat. But I graduated from SMU, so I'm always going to go for DeChambeau. So I'd probably spread my money out a little bit on all 3 of those.
Yeah, DeChambeau is probably twice the weight he was now than he was when he was playing at SMU. And Puckett, you probably should have put that bet on 3 weeks ago because you could have got Spieth at a much better price. I think he opened at 70-1. He's all the way down to 10-1 at this point. I'll give you a couple more dark horses. Justin Rose is 100-1 to win the Masters right now. So that might be one to take a look at. And then I can't even find it on the board anywhere. Brandt Snedeker finished 9 under par last week, so he's finally getting his game back together. I don't think he's even on the board, but I think a couple of websites had him at 200 or 250-1. So if he shows up, put a flyer on either of those guys. But at this point, the Masters, I think, is underway at the time this is airing. So, hopefully your pick hasn't hit it into the water on 12 just yet. Jim Moore, Jason Puckett, David Rose, thanks so much for joining us, and enjoy watching every minute of the event this weekend.
Yeah, you bet.
Hey, thanks, Aaron.
Yeah, thank you, Aaron.
By the way, Mark O'Meara won in 1998. I was a couple years off. It wasn't back-to-back between Crenshaw and O'Meara. There's 96, then Tiger won in 97, and O'Meara in 98. While I wait for my invitation to play Augusta National, it's time for our weekly trivia segment. We are going on the clock. Well, we're now joined by Jake, who was the first to respond to our challenge on Twitter. Where are you from, Jake?
I live in Sammamish, Washington.
Well, we've got a bit of a grudge match tonight because you're not a Seahawks fan, are you?
No, I'm a 49er fan.
Niner fan living in Sammamish. How does that work?
When we win, it's good. So, so lately it's not been very good, but next year's going to be fun, I think, because it's anybody's ball game.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Sort of a rivalry of sorts tonight. You have to beat me outright to win, but if you do, you're going to win a $100 gift card to Daniel's Broiler. These questions are provided by The Fish, Jeff Aaron's Famed Trivia USA. You can check them out at Famed Trivia USA on Facebook. Each of us is going to have a minute to answer as many questions as possible. You're going to go first. I'm going to switch headphones up here. I got Linkin Park playing on this one over here. You hear that? Okay, so I'm going to take these out. Jessamine McIntyre is on the line asking the questions. Jessamine, take it away, and good luck, Jake.
Okay, Jake, are you ready to be on the clock?
Yes, I am. Fire away.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. It's officially going. What is the name of the captain in the classic Moby Dick?
Ahab.
Who was the season 1 winner of American Idol?
Kelly Clarkson.
Aside from Alabama, what other school did Nick Saban win a national title with?
LSU.
Which U.S. state is often referred to the breadbasket of America?
Tennessee.
Which Major League Baseball team sold Babe Ruth to the Yankees?
The Red Sox.
What religious holiday follows the day after Halloween?
Day of the Dead.
Deep dish pizza is mostly associated with what city?
Chicago.
Franklin Roosevelt was confined to a wheelchair because he suffered from what disease?
Polio.
Natalie Portman, I'm going to get you this one in because I started the question before the alarm went off. Natalie Portman won an Oscar playing a dancer in what film?
Oh, Black Swan.
Jake, you did really well.
Yes.
All right, Aaron, are you ready to be on the clock?
Yes, I am.
Okay. We are going in 3, 2, 1. Officially, what is the name of the captain in the classic Moby Dick?
Ahab.
Who was the season 1 winner of American Idol?
Kelly Clarkson.
Aside from Alabama, what other school did Coach Nick Saban win a national title?
Michigan State.
Which U.S. state is often referred to as the breadbasket of America?
State. Oklahoma.
Which Major League Baseball team sold Babe Ruth to the Yankees?
The Red Sox.
What religious holiday follows the day after Halloween?
All Saints Day.
Deep dish pizza is most associated with what U.S. city?
Chicago.
FDR, Franklin Roosevelt, was confined to a wheelchair because he suffered from what disease?
Polio.
Natalie Portman won an Oscar playing a dancer in what film?
Black Swan.
What color is Sesame Street character the Cookie Monster?
Blue.
Oh my gosh, Aaron, this was a photo finish.
That was a close one, Jake. You were right. You know a lot of information out there, and that went down the wire. Wow, congratulations. Nice work.
Thank you.
Well, for playing, we got a Q13 FOX coffee mug for you. And thanks so much for joining us here on Just a Bit Outside.
No problem, man.
So here are the answers. Ahab was the name of the captain in Moby Dick. Kelly Clarkson won the first season of American Idol. Nick Saban has coached Alabama and LSU to national titles. Kansas is the breadbasket of America. And the Boston Red Sox sold Babe Ruth to the Yankees. All Saints Day takes place the day after Halloween. Deep dish pizza is most associated with Chicago. FDR suffered from polio. Natalie Portman won her Oscar for the movie Black Swan. And Cookie Monster is blue. We survive another week, just barely, and we move ahead. And finally, I know we talked about it before the show, but here are our Masters picks for the week in our Against All Odds segment tonight. A lot of us like Jordan Spieth at 10-1 odds. He is one of the favorites. You'll get the best odds compared to world rankings with Colin Morikawa, who Jason Puckett mentioned. He is ranked 4th in the world right now, but you can still get him at 29-1 odds. Now, Jim mentioned Louis Oosthuizen. He mentioned 66-1 odds. I'm seeing online that you can get him for 90-1. I still think Justin Rose is a steal at 100-1. And how about Henrik Stenson? I'm just going to go out there and put that there. He finished 5th at the Masters just 3 years ago. He is now 400-1 to win the Masters. Might be worth a small bet for a big odds option there. That is going to do it for us for this episode of Just a Bit Outside, presented by WaFd Bank. Join a best bank. For our entire production crew, I'm Aaron Levine. Enjoy the Masters this week, and we will see you next week before the Sounders kick off their 2021 season.